Hello and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest MLB podcast on the internet, brought to you by Betway. To my left, we got a special guest here today, good friend, longtime friend, comes on to our Blue Jays Today show, and now he's here making his debut on Bad for Baseball. It's Patrick. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm good. I woke up feeling bad today.
You feeling bad today?
Yeah.
You got a nice red glow on you?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Evil?
Well, not evil, just bad.
Bad. Is there a difference between bad and evil?
Oh, big difference, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, evil, I guess, like, maybe you have ill intentions. Bad is just, like, you're kind of
Evil's
badass.
like, I'm coming up here to plunk guys. Bad, it's like, you just don't want to be facing me.
Bad, you don't want to be facing me. Yeah, it's like, look, it's not like I'm necessarily, like, a bad person. It's just like I'm just a bad ass.
I'm bad at baseball. I'm not good.
Wait a minute. Like, you're actually bad at things.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of, like, a biker gang. Like, I'm bad.
No, definitely not that. No.
I woke up feeling like I'm actually trash at everything I do.
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are feeling bad like Pat, let us know in the chat.
I know I got a few guys out there that feel like me on a daily basis.
Oh, okay. So, side note, we Nick and I talk about it all the time. Like, we're going golfing after this, everybody.
Oh, I feel very good about that.
I feel very good, man. I've actually started to figure some things out. You know, how much money would I make if it was a nickel every time I said that? I'd be a millionaire. Yeah. You know, but I feel like I'm gonna figure out my irons today.
Yeah, I've been feeling incredible. And by that I mean we're still shooting like 30 over, but like
yeah, but like it's good for us.
Yeah,
it's good for us. You know what I mean? Let's go to the baseball a little bit and just give you a little preview of what we're gonna be talking about today, guys. So obviously it's July. You know, you've got the All-Star break coming up, and there's been an announcement. They have the starters for the All-Star game. We're going to take a look at that, and as well look around the league and look at some teams that should be good that are doing bad at baseball right now. And then there's been a trade. So we'll talk about that trade coming up and also some other trade rumors around the league. So without further ado, why don't we start talking about this All-Star game, which I'm really sad to say I will not be at the All-Star game this year.
Oh, you will not be included in the Derby this year,
I will not be in the Derby this year. Well, that's another thing I want to talk about before we actually get to the starters.
Yeah.
The Derby, mine and your Toronto Blue Jay, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is not going to be in the Derby this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair. You got to take a couple years off to really wind up again before you come back for a big comeback and get the fans behind you, you know?
Yeah, you know, he won it last year.
Yeah, but if you win every year, like, you're eventually going to get tired. The fans going to get tired of seeing it.
I know, but, like, I'm always a big believer in, like, come on, you got to defend the title. Like, you know, you remember the whole Pete Alonso
that
run?
is true, yeah.
You know, like, Pete Alonso, like, meditating and
again,
shit.
though, like, how long did he last?
3 years, maybe? Or when did he first start? Was it 2019?
I think he might have only won 2. And that was it.
Right. I think he won in 2019. There was none in 2020. And then he won, I thought, in 2021, maybe. Then didn't he, like, do a whole, like, meditation thing in, like, 2022? And he's, like, really trying hard. And then he got knocked out in, like, the semis.
I just remember him, like deadlifting before the thing.
Yeah.
Like, looking like he was so ready and then walking up and getting, like, trounced.
Yeah, right? And I guess if you are a rookie... And, you know, that $1 million when you won it the first place was like, that's a lot. That's
also very true, yeah.
Right? So, like, you're actually, like, you're trying very hard.
And you're young, you're rubbery, you know.
Yeah. You know,
you got the stamina.
Yeah, and, like, even though Pete Alonso's, like, making well over $1 million nowadays, right up in the 20 millions, like, it's still, you know, it's something that, you know, rookies can actually
nice
earn
boost,
a little bit of fun.
exactly.
And speaking of which, rookies, you know, you got, second-year guy, Gunnar Henderson. He's going to be making a lot of money eventually, but he has announced that he will be in the home run derby, and, like, that's obviously awesome.
Nice.
You know, he can make a little bit of bang for your buck. But going back to Vladdy, it's like, last year he joined the derby because, I mean, he was having an awful season. And then...
he wasn't great, but yeah.
Well, okay, not
for
great
his standards,
Vlad. Yeah, not great for Vlad. And then... So I always find that guys who are having, like, an awful year in the middle of their careers, later part of their careers, it's like, okay, I'll join the derby, and then maybe they'll start something.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I still got something going for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a reset. I mean, the whole All-Star weekend's like a reset button for anyone, you know?
Right.
But especially if you're, like, one of the elites, and you're like, okay, like, I belong here, guys.
Right. Exactly, right? And for me, like, Vlad, he's having a great season so far. This is actually, I think, his second best season in terms of OPS plus so far.
I believe it, yeah.
Like, he's having a phenomenal year, and I guess he said he didn't want to do it because, like, he wanted to give other people a chance to play, which I
How benevolent of him.
Yeah, right. Like, I guess so. Like, but I mean, I would have loved to see Vladdy compete, but it is what it is. Ohtani's not competing either.
Yeah, well, I heard he was on the fence, but that means he's not.
Yeah, you know, and like I get it. Like, you know, you don't really want to go into the home run derby to like mess things up. Like, kinda,
Oh yeah, definitely not. He's still rehabbing his elbow technically, right?
Right,
Like,
exactly. And I think actually that was part of the reason why he didn't want to do. He didn't want to like hurt
don't
himself
push
even
yourself.
more.
Yeah.
Which I guess also that makes sense, and you're worth so much money. And I guess it's kind of like golf too, like where if you're trying to swing out of your ass, you know, and like put it over the
Always comes back to it.
Yeah, it always comes back around to golf guys all the time. And then you know you'll start slicing it, and you're like mishitting it, and
this ain't like golf where you can just take a little bit off. It's the derby. If you're not going all the way, you shouldn't be there in the first place.
Especially
no point.
They changed the rules too in the derby where. I think you get the tiebreaker in home runs is the longest home run.
Yeah, I did see the new rules of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, right? So now you get 40 balls or something total.
Is that the part of the new
It's
rules?
like that or the timer. But either way, there's going to be like they're going to be taking less pitches this year, right?
Right, yeah, because I agree. I mean, back in the day, I loved it when it was like you had 10 outs, 10 homers. Or no, it was 10 outs,
just 10
homers.
outs, yeah.
Yeah, so if you mishit it, like that's an out. Like I used to love that because then you would like be really selective and obviously you wouldn't tire yourself out because now it feels like a marathon.
Yeah, it goes forever. Like
sprint,
by the time
actually.
it's whoever lasts longer or whoever goes shorter, like gets most time to recover in the first and second round is the guys who go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
You see someone crank 30 dingers in the first round, you're like, oh my god,
right?
How's this guy gonna lose? And it's like, well, no, he's gassed.
Yeah, actually, he went at the end of the first round, and now he's got to play again soon, and then you're gassed, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, if you're going at the end of the second round, then you're playing in the finals. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, you're at such a disadvantage.
All right, like I don't know. Personally, I don't like that. But now they're doing a thing where they're switching it up, and it's not like predetermined brackets. They're doing like 1 seed versus 4 seed in terms of home runs.
That's
and then
fun.
Like 2 versus 3, that makes sense. Rather than knocking out all like the best home run hitters, like get them for the finals and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but that's it. Like all we have so far is like Gunnar Henderson has been announced.
He's the only guy. Yeah.
Any other guys that like you'd kind of want to see? I feel like Marcelo Ozuna's got to step in there. You know?
Alvarez, I'd like to. Whoa, hold on.
Ozuna? Ozuna's killing it this year. Yeah,
all right.
Well, I don't know.
The less exposure to that guy on the international scale, the better.
Fair enough.
Shouldn't be touting that guy out in like a.
Is he bad for baseball?
No, he's evil for baseball.
Fair enough. How is this guy still playing in the league? You know,
he hits the ball good, man.
yeah, fair enough.
But I'd like to see Alvarez go.
Nice.
I just want to see all the big meats. I want to see him and Judge facing off.
Oh my god. See, I feel like Judge won't do it.
No, why would he? Right?
Why would he? Right? He's having an MVP year again. Like, why would you do it?
He's also like surprisingly older than you'd think. So
yeah, he's like 32,
something like that.
What is Judge?
Like, he's definitely not young and springy.
No, I mean, I wouldn't want to be messing anything up there.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
Maybe Bobby Witt. You know, he's not a home run hitter per se, but like,
sure, why not? Yeah,
bring in the young stars. I think that's what it should be all about. Like home run derby, maybe you can use it more for. Okay, fuck Marcelo.
Young stars, yeah, or
bring
like guys. Maybe guys who haven't been there, like Contreras, maybe William Contreras.
That would be nice. Actually, he'd be good. In the
I think this is his second time or first time
in the All Star game.
Yeah,
I thought he maybe was All Star last year. I thought he was maybe.
So second time. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, like I have the thing right here. It is going to be his It's his first All-Star starter. So
okay, first time as a starter. Yeah.
So that'd be nice. I mean, Alec Boehm, for example. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, get all the young guys in there.
Absolutely. I mean, there's lots of options for sure. I mean, Adley Rutschman, if you really want to do it, like go for it. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, you could do 2 Orioles.
Why not?
That could be fun.
Why not? I mean, half the All-Star game, half the All-Star starters are literally Orioles. Okay, it's literally Orioles, Yankees, Astros, Phillies, Padres. That's literally like the entire team.
That's funny.
Speaking of which, let's go through it right here. We got the American League starters. Just the starters were announced, guys, yesterday as of recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be bench selections, guys, after the fact. But these are the starters with the most
I wanted
votes.
to ask, though.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it manager selection for the bench, though? Like they take their guys, or are we still voting on it?
I think it might be... That's a good question. They changed it in the.
You know what? You go with the order. I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah. I used to thought while you're looking it up. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought last year was we vote for the finalists and then we vote for the starter, and whoever's not a starter is just bench, and then like or if you're like the third guy, you're cut or something. This year was weird.
We'll
for
find
me.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, go find out. I'll read you guys the starters. So in the American League, at first base, you got Vladimir Guerrero Jr., speak of the devil, which some people, you don't know baseball maybe I'm getting offended because he's my guy. You don't know baseball if you think Vladdy shouldn't be a starter because it was him and Mountcastle. He was beating Mountcastle in every single category offensively by a large margin. Mm-hmm. It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., guys. He deserves.
And that margin only got bigger over the last couple of weeks as voting was happening, which is nice.
Yeah, and
that's a late push.
Yeah, it was a late push. Actually, there was a moment when Mountcastle was beating him, and then he just like surged past him.
And then Mountcastle finished his series against the Jays.
Yeah, that's literally when it happened, when he stopped killing our Jays, you know. So Vladdy's there. Obviously, Jose Altuve, dominant. This is his 9th All-Star game. This is his 6th
Crazy,
yeah. That guy's going to the Hall of Fame.
It was also just like it was a weak competition too for him this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was gonna get there, I guess, anyways. But
it's like Marcus Semien. We'll talk about the Rangers a bit later, but Marcus Semien.
Went downhill.
I feel like this is. I don't want to say it's age yet, but definitely weird year. You know, having the years that he's been having, and then like coming to nowhere.
I don't know. Whole team as a whole, though.
Yeah, the whole team is. There's something going on. Hangover. You know.
But I mean, it's going deep into the year. Whatever.
Yeah. Moving on, we got Gunnar Henderson, shortstop. A lot of good options in the American League for shortstop.
Big time.
I mean, you had Bobby Witt, who is looking like a top guy in the actual league.
Yeah, of all the people to be on the bench, he's definitely going to be one of them.
Oh, absolutely. That's a smash. I mean, I'm looking down here, too. Carlos Correa is actually having a sneaky good year. He's got an 891 OPS.
Wow.
Batting .310.
Whew.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. And I think he's got... How many homers has he got? He's got 10. Okay, not that much. Sneaky. Coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. Injury is just not affecting him.
Yeah. So, I mean, he could be on the team. I'd be kind of shocked if he wasn't. He's doing really well. Yep. He could represent the Twins in the All-Star game. Then you got Jose Ramirez, third base. I wanted to bring this up. Obviously, this is nothing to go against Jose Ramirez. I actually love Jose Ramirez.
I voted for him.
Yeah, you voted for him. You tell me pre-show. Yep. But this guy is ranked 6th in OPS this year. It's Rafael Devers.
True, yeah. Why wasn't Devers in the finalists ballot there?
I think he is. I think he is absolutely going to be on the bench because it literally goes in OPS. It goes Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, all MLB. Judge, Ohtani, Soto, Harper, Henderson, Devers.
Wow.
He's right up there. Like, and then it goes, where's my boy Ramirez? He's ranked 15th. So again, still very good, but I mean, you also got 76 RBIs for Ramirez.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, like that's pretty nice. Whereas 49 for Devers. So obviously, I think the Guardians as a whole are just a wagon.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit, Devers is getting kind of
left behind, forgotten
about. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can hear that. I mean, hey, I was not even thinking about him, and I was a big Devers guy too. He was my keeper in fantasy baseball for a couple of years there.
Why didn't you keep him?
I messed up, man. Mistakes were made.
I mean, he's good. He's not like superstar this year, but he's definitely an all-star. He's an all-star.
Well, mistakes were made.
That's all right. But I want to give him a little bit of a shout. I gave him a shout in a couple podcasts ago. Just I'm kind of shocked this guy wasn't more like he was like 3rd in the voting. I was like, why is this
crazy? Yeah,
you're Boston. Come on, Boston.
I don't know.
Why aren't we voting for this guy? I don't know.
We could ask their fans. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, like. This is your, one dude. Like, go put him in the All-Star game. What are we doing here? Like, that's what we do up here in Canada. It's like,
it's like we got one guy, Vladdy, and he is going there.
And this year, last year, Vladdy didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. He did not deserve the All-Star.
But either way, we were getting him there.
We were going to push him. And then to round it out, you got Yordan Alvarez, DH. That guy's just fucked up good.
Yep. Just going to mash.
Unreal. Aaron Judge in the outfield, obviously. Soto in the outfield, obviously. And then Stephen Kwan.
Yeah.
Stephen Kwan in the outfield.
Kwan, baby.
Hell yeah. It was going to be Kyle Tucker. We were looking weeks back, but then he got hurt, and then Kwan's just been unreal.
Yeah,
Kwan's
ridiculous.
been unreal. He's 7th in OPS, right behind Devers.
There you go, yeah.
With a 938.
And he's got to be first in batting average, right?
Oh, I believe so. At 360? Yeah. Oh, dude, he spanks in batting average.
Holy
Holy
insane,
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's him at first, 360. It's all MLB.
Yep.
360 Kwan, and then it goes down to 319 Ohtani.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, less at bats. He's got 236 to Ohtani's 332.
That's fair. Yeah.
But still, man, holy crap. Like, the batting title feels locked in.
It should be, yeah.
Wow. Congrats, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move over to the National League. This one I thought was kind of crazy, like how stacked first base is. You got Bryce Harper starting.
Yeah, he was locked in.
Obviously, like I said, he's number 4th in OPS. But Do you remember this guy, Freddie Freeman?
Oh, do I remember him?
Yeah, he's unreal.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman is 10th in OPS at 920. Just doing Freddie Freeman things.
Just doing what he always does every year, yeah.
Right. And he's going to be off the bench.
Yeah, crazy.
That's fucked up. Moving on, we've got Ketel Marte. Congrats. Welcome back. First time since 2019.
Yeah, I voted for him as well.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Well, he
job.
was like by far second base, said, right?
Yeah, second base.
Yeah, I can't think of a single second baseman who would have deserved it over him.
Oh, yeah, here he is, second base. I'm literally going down the whole...
You're going to have to go a while before you find someone else you could challenge there.
Yeah, who's second base in... Yeah, we got Westberg, but he's in the AL. Semyon in the AL. Bryce Terang?
Oh, yeah,
That's the
Brewers guy?
Brewers guy. That's the next highest second baseman. Uncontested. I mean, but not he needed to be contested. He's doing pretty good this year.
Yeah, deserves it.
And then you've got Alec Bohm. Shout out. Phillies really representing. Oh, Trey Turner, shortstop.
Yeah, Trey
Phillies.
Turner as well. Yeah, those are two of my guys as well.
Wow, you've got Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Alec Bohm on the infield.
Yeah, like literally your 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Do you remember in 2015, the All-Star game? I don't know if you do, where it was like
15?
15 was all Royals. It was like 7 of the 9 guys were Royals.
No, I don't know. Who was on that team?
Oh, yeah, like Moustakas, Kane, Perez. Who else they have on that
Trying
team?
to think. 2015, eh?
Oh, they had
There's an outfielder I'm forgetting.
Blue
for
Jay
sure.
came in at the end of his career. Morales.
Morales. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What, a DH or first?
First or something. Yeah, it was
That's
weird,
funny,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm getting vibes of that. Not so much this year. I'm getting vibes of that.
That was a
Phillies.
team of destiny there.
Oh, that team was. They won it all.
Yeah.
Then you got William Contreras.
Yep.
Catching.
Good for him.
Brewers. Hell yeah. And then of course Ohtani, 4th in a row.
Yup.
4th starter selection. It's funny because Alvarez, this is his first starter selection.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know why?
Oh,
Ohtani.
yeah. I wasn't even consider, they're on the different sides now,
Right?
yeah.
Like literally,
That's funny.
The first time they started for Alvarez when he was because like he came up in 2019.
He probably
halfway
had
through.
like better numbers 1 or 2 of those years though.
Potentially,
Like
yeah.
when Ohtani was early on.
Early
Well, I guess
on.
Alvarez would have been early in his career too.
Well, that's the thing is like Alvarez came up in
Yeah.
2019 like kind of halfway through, so he didn't like warrant an All-Star appearance.
Yeah,
Then-
that's fair.
Then COVID happened, and then it was 2021. That's when Ohtani really broke out. That's
But
when
then he
won
just had
MVP.
no chance.
Yeah, 21, 22, 23, like
Plus popularity factor.
exactly. Like
Yep.
Ohtani's gonna get it right. So this is Alvarez's first All-Star starter selection. So
Nice.
good for you.
Very nice.
You know, and then obviously this is Ohtani's 4th in a row. Because it's Ohtani. Christian Yelich in the outfield. Jerickson Profar.
Oh yeah.
Bro, we were talking about this guy before the show.
Yeah.
My God.
Just came out of nowhere.
And what's even funnier, and I talked about this actually on a short on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting paid $1 million.
Yeah. Literally, he needs to be there.
Right?
Imagine if there was a clause in his contract, you have to pay me an additional $1 million if I make the All-Star team. They're like, psh, okay.
Oh,
Whatever you
toss
say,
it
buddy.
in. Yeah, literally. Or
Yeah.
like, imagine if it was like something ridiculous, like $5 million.
Yeah, wow.
You know?
Yeah, sure. Again,
So
why
I'd be
not?
like,
Go
whatever,
ahead.
whatever, like,
Yeah, I
dude.
legitimately thought he was out of the league. I thought he was toast.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's here.
Like literally when I saw his like maybe like a month and a half ago, I first saw his name being
Yeah.
popping up, and I was like, wait, like is that the same guy?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, what the hell?
Bro, he's this is a funny thing. Speaking of money, I want to compare money to his WAR. So he's making for every .1 WAR, that's costing the Padres $50,000.
Wow.
He's got a 2.1, so it's
hilarious.
a little bit less than 50,000, but that's funny.
It kind of reminds me of like when Brandon Crawford just randomly popped off for that 1 year.
Right.
He was just like, like maybe average to slightly below average bat his entire career, but a good fielder.
Yeah.
And randomly puts it together for 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, great.
and it's weird because this guy's 31 years old, and in the years past, his highest OPS was, dude, it was 771 on the Padres in 2020, and that was 2020.
Yeah.
So if you're not counting COVID, it was 790. Oh, 790. Oh, excuse me, I missed it. 793 with the Texas Rangers in 2018. He's
2018.
far-
Okay, literally like 6 years ago.
So far
7
removed.
seasons ago.
Yeah, he was 25.
Yeah.
And now, this guy, wow. Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's 31 years old. Maybe I'm
Good
like,
for him.
maybe I'm shitting all over him, but like,
This guy been tested recently.
yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm Profar, I mean, that's the thing. If you get tested, you get caught. If I was Profar, anybody who's like, I'm at the end of my career, I'm literally getting paid $1 million.
Yeah.
Let's risk it. Because, like, let's go. Let's fucking do it.
That's bad for baseball, baby.
It's so bad for baseball, but like, I have one more chance maybe to get paid.
Yeah.
If I don't put up, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So like he's
You're
gonna
going
get
double
paid
or nothing.
this
Not even
offseason.
double or nothing. You're going like 10 or nothing. Like
Yeah.
either you lose your $1 million, sucks,
Whatever.
or you get a huge next contract.
Right. And then it's like, okay, well, I actually want to know. I don't know how it works in the MLB. If it's like you get caught and you have a big deal you sign, do you get like not paid?
You're gonna stop taking it after you get that contract.
That's true. Just stop taking it.
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go.
Because like Profar next year, he's going to his age 32 season. Like, how much do you think?
Someone will sign him.
2 years, $24 million.
There you go.
You know,
Right?
like great.
Yeah.
That's
Someone might
big
give him a
raise.
3-year deal. Why not?
Yeah, like think about that raise. That's like a 2,400% raise.
Yeah, literally.
You
Yep.
know, like do it, like over to 2,300 or whatever it is. Math comes out to. Okay, yeah. So he's in the All-Star game. That's dope. And then you got his teammate Tatis also in the All-Star game. That is your All-Star selections. I mean, the pitchers will come out a little bit later. People are saying Seth Lugo actually for the American League team starting.
Interesting.
That would be.
Wow.
I know. I'm gonna look it up right now. Seth Lugo has the best ERA in baseball.
Wow.
Wow.
Remember when the Yankees thought Luis Gil was going to
Luis-
start?
Oh yeah, and he was good, and now he's sucking.
Now he's not.
Now he's sucking.
He's
Actually-
not going to be on the team now.
oh no, right? Yeah, actually, let's transition a little bit
Yep.
to that. The New York Yankees.
Yep.
We were looking around baseball, looking at some teams. The Yankees in their last 16 games have lost 12. They're 4-12 in their last 16 games. They've now officially been knocked down from first place in the AL East. They are now in a wild card spot. Granted, I believe comfortably. Yeah, they're 6 games above.
Okay.
But
I mean, hey, it's only comfortable because you have a lead. But if you're going to keep doing like this for a little while, stumbling.
that's the thing, right? Like they're stumbling pretty bad. I'm looking up right now their overall just team stats in the last.
Yeah, what's it been?
15
Has it been the
days.
pitching that's been failing them recently?
So first, I got the hitting here. OPS wise, let's go runs scored because OPS doesn't really tell you the whole story in terms of scoring runs.
Yeah.
Runs scored. Where are they?
Oh, you're having trouble finding them, are we?
They're okay. They're ranked 10th in the last 12 games in runs scored.
Okay, that's not
Okay,
too
so
bad.
that-
That's about where they at least should be.
But I do believe you're right with the pitching.
So let's go pitching then.
Last 15 days. Oh my God! You want to guess where they're at?
30.
They're 30th in the MLB.
There you go.
And by a large margin.
Yeah, what's their ERA?
6.75.
Oh my
6.75 ERA in the last 15
Well,
days.
that'll do it.
And then
Yeah.
the next worst team is the Toronto Blue Jays.
Hey.
At 5.
Not last.
Not last, but by 588. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow, that is bad. I want to now.
We are crying tears when we see our bullpen, our pitchers just blow up.
Literally.
And they're a full ERA.
They're a
Worse
full-
than us.
They're a full ERA below. And did you see Marcus Stroman's reaction? I don't know if you saw his reaction. It was against the Toronto Blue Jays, and it was
I
like
remember that game, but
so he was pitching against the Jays. For those, I mean, it's been a while now. It's kind of older news, but screw it. I'll bring it up. It was last weekend, where Marcus Stroman,
on the
it was
bench?
a routine ground ball to Gleyber Torres, and like he was getting pissed about like I thought it was a pretty good turn. Like you watched the replay, and actually Statcast had a stat that said it was an above average turn. Like they have stats now that show you like how fast your turn is. It was an above average turn, and he doesn't get the double play. Vladdy beats it out shockingly. Like looked like it was going to be a routine double play.
yep.
And then Marcus Stroman says, "Throw the fucking ball!"
Oh.
like, to Torres.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah.
You're no superstar over there either.
Right.
Well,
Granted, he's actually
a
the
good
one
glover,
guy.
yeah.
He's the one guy actually pitching well in this like bad
Yeah,
stretch.
and he's a good fielder.
Right.
But still.
He says, "Throw the fucking ball." Speaking of bad for baseball, that's the whole theme of our show. Do you think that pitchers yelling at their teammates is like warranted? I mean, maybe in that situation, I don't know,
man.
in general, like, is that okay? Because we've seen it happen all the time. Pitchers just yell at their teammates for not making good defensive plays.
If you have that kind of like, camaraderie with your teammate where you know that you're just holding each other accountable. But like Stroman, we also know he was in Toronto for a long time. We know that guy's not the nicest of people to his teammates. A lot of issues there. It's coming from that guy, it might not be taken the right way.
Yeah,
I did see a clip where Judge went up to him on the bench afterwards and gave him a little quiet conversation there, whatever that was all about. Maybe
Right.
saying, "Hey, relax, we got this."
Right.
Or maybe saying, "Hey, don't be like that,
Be a
man."
dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
And then after, like, when Glaber actually hit a home run, they actually won 16-5 or something ridiculous. But after Glaber Torres hit a home run, and who was there on the top step? It was Marcus Stroman, and you could see a little bit of, like, pain when he's, like, dabbing him up, congratulating him, and it was, like,
Really?
kind of awkward. Yeah, I mean, it looked a little awkward.
damn.
I mean, he was there. He did the
You can't even
action.
justify that, though.
Yeah. He
Like,
did-
it'd be one thing if it's like, well, that's just the guy, you know, he's fiery no matter what, right?
Right,
Like, he'll get
right.
fired up when, you know, because every play matters to him, one
Right,
of those
right.
guys. But if you're going to be like, oh, you hit a home run, like, nice, here's your high five,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to actually be hyped for you.
Yeah.
And
well-
that's lame.
Well, he was on the top step, and like he was, I don't know. You could, maybe he was just full of emotions. I could see it like this: like he was so full of emotions, and he hit the home run.
Oh, give it to me straight. What was he?
What? What?
Give it to me straight. Was he full of emotions, or was
He
he,
was
like,
full of
screw
emotions.
this
You can
guy?
tell he was
I
full
wish
of-
we won by
Like, okay,
13, not 16.
let me do it for those who are on video. You're not, or on audio. You're not gonna see this, but he was, you know, he had his face. He was like, "Let's go!" And he like dabbed him up, and then after Glaber went past him, his eyes like kept looking in the distance, and he was just like,
We didn't really need that extra shot.
yeah.
Wish I could have stayed mad at you.
Yeah, right. And then, but the thing was, like, okay, he knew he needed to go and do that.
Yeah.
Right. Even though his
Okay,
emotions,
okay.
you know,
Fine.
That's where I'll give him a little bit of credit. Where like,
Yeah.
if you let the emotions take over, like maybe you're in the back pouting, but he knew he had to be one of the guys up there
Yeah.
saying like, good
Okay,
job.
you know what? Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say, you know, like for instance, I still play like men's league hockey, and like I like being able to take it seriously and yell at the guys and hold
Right.
each other accountable and stuff, even
Right.
if we're just playing for kicks, right?
Right.
And then getting fired up when we score too, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
fun like that.
Exactly.
So I can understand those types of personalities in sports.
Yeah, and the one thing though too, I even saw like Steele do it on the Cubs where he was yelling at his teammates as well. I for me going back to like whether it's like justified, you know,
Yeah.
because you would never see a position player like yelling at a pitcher.
Throw
saying,
more strikes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
like,
never see that.
You would
yeah.
never see that. It's like your goalie, like in hockey. You would
Yeah,
never be
you'd
like,
never-
hey, make saves.
Yeah,
make stops.
exactly, yeah.
You wouldn't do that, but
But your goalie can say, "Hey, get down,
Get-
block
get
those
down,
shots.
block
Yeah,
me."
cover those guys."
right? It's like
Yeah.
so. Do we just like is that warranted? Like I guess so because you do want to protect like goalies control a large part of the game. Pitchers control
Yeah.
a large part of the game.
It's
like,
a onesie position, right? Like,
Right.
You're out there by yourself doing it.
right, and it's like because they have so much authority. Like I guess they give a lot of like
Pressure.
Yeah. Or there's a lot of pressure on the pitchers. Then does that give them the right to like yell at everybody else? I
Yeah,
don't know,
I
right?
guess from that standpoint too, if you're Torres, you know that, hey, he's yelling at me, but really I'm part of a defense. I'm not just the one guy.
Right. But also, okay, in that situation, it's like also Stroman, like he literally he tried to turn a good double play. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't even like he fumbled or was like lazy. Like he did it.
Yeah,
I
but
just
he,
beat
like
it out.
Torres himself knows,
Yeah.
I turned that play, I tried. I'm not the only person making
Yeah.
the play on this ball.
Yeah.
You know, there's multiple parts to this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, I will say, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I could also see like also the frustrations of the Yankees being bad.
Yeah,
You know,
that
kinda
too,
building
yeah.
up.
I mean, at that point, everyone's got to have that fire.
Yeah. And so speaking of which, like going back to the whole Yankees being bad and they lost the lead in the AL East. The Baltimore Orioles took over. They're now 54-34. So if we go back those 16 games, they were once 22-50 or 50-22, excuse me. Now they're 54-34. They still got a 20 games above 500.
Yeah.
But it's concerning. I mean, the Yankees kind of have been doing that in the last few years. They'll get off to a great start. Even last year when they didn't make playoffs, got off to a really good start and then just fall apart. Now here we go. Here's another question.
Yep.
Is Yankees being bad for baseball?
Yeah. No, the
Yeah.
Yankees should be a good team.
Right.
Like, I'm a Jays fan, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
When
mean,
you
like,
when you pump money. I mean, the thing is about the Yankees, and I'm gonna take
it's not
my
even
bias.
just because, like, it's good because they're going to have more fans and stuff. Like,
Right.
everyone wants
Okay.
to hate the Yankees. When they are good, it rallies everyone else around.
That's true.
You know?
It's true. I felt like last year
If
when
your
the
team
Yankees-
is not in the playoffs, for instance,
Yeah.
and you see the Yankees going up against whatever team, you're going to be cheering against the Yankees.
That's true.
Like, gives you, like, common enemy, evil empire.
Evil Empire. That's
Yeah.
true. You know what? You're right. I was about to make an argument like,
Yeah.
you know what? The Yankees being bad is actually good for baseball because it gives everyone a chance. But you know what? What's
I'm just
good
talking
for
from a
baseball?
fan's
Yeah,
perspective.
I think I'm agreeing with you. I think what's good for baseball is growing the game of baseball, and Yankees being in brings in the large Yankee fan base, and also brings in everybody else who says screw you Yankees.
Exactly.
It's like the Astros being in the World Series. People are like, oh, this sucks. They're a dynasty, but everyone hates them because they cheated.
Exactly.
Everyone wants them to lose.
And now I'm watching out of spite. Literally, I'm watching because I want them to lose.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what? I was going to say it was, again, good for baseball. I'm actually with you. It's bad. I can't believe I'm saying that. This whole podcast has taken out my Blue Jays-ness. Because on Blue Jays today, I'd be like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I want them to lose, and I want to beat them.
Yeah.
And then, like, have Canada come up. Actually, I think the Jays being good at baseball is actually good for baseball.
Yeah, if the Jays were good, that would again, you would grow your fan base immensely. You have all of an entire country of Canada watching.
Literally. And
cheering for you.
And I've been hearing, I mean, maybe this is not true for just the Jays, probably true for a lot of teams, but, you know, fans around the world that want to get into MLB, well, they'll pick the Yankees, they'll pick the Dodgers, are the easy ones, maybe the Boston Red Sox, but they'll also pick the Toronto Blue Jays because if they're not American, they go, okay, I'm going to root for the one team that's not American.
Exactly. Common identity, right?
Right, like I know Dominican Republic, a lot of people in the Dominican Republic, especially with Jose Bautista and like Edwin.
Oh yeah, well there you go, yeah.
You know,
that
they all
too.
jumped on.
Yeah.
You know, the whole and you know, the Blue Jays train. People around the world were cheering for the Blue Jays. Man, I thought it would have been great if Ohtani went to the Jays. Because then it would have been like, okay, now you're getting like all like international love for the one non-American team.
Now I'm thinking if that would have been good or bad for baseball as a whole, though.
Would the Jays be actually good this year if they had Ohtani? They're 39-47, 8 games below 500.
What's Ohtani's WAR? How many extra wins would we have had?
Let me look it up. Ohtani's WAR.
Like we'd be above 500 probably, but not by enough.
4.9. And who would he replace? Justin Turner. And Turner's, I think, got like a low, like 0.1 or something.
Yeah.
0.5. So 4.4.
Would have been great. You got to think the vibes, too, would have been way higher. At least at the start of the year, you got to think guys would have been, you know,
and you
feeling unstoppable.
And you got to imagine it would take a lot of pressure off of the current guys on the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And then
if you're Bichette and you're stumbling the whole year, like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't got to take the interviews after every single game.
Yeah.
You know, even when Vladdy was stumbling to start the year, again, just someone else take the heat off.
Someone else. And it's also, too, like, if you get Ohtani, maybe you go make some other moves. Like, okay, we're going on.
Yeah, now guys are like, oh, I want to sign there.
Right? Because then afterwards, they got Yamamoto. They got Hernandez. They got Glasnow. Guys that are, like, big factors of their teams. So, I don't know. I always think about that at night. But Yankees sucking.
Every night before you go to sleep.
I do. I'm like, man, okay, maybe it'd be like 4 games below 500. But again, then maybe other things turn around, like we were saying, and they're a 500 team. Who knows?
Yeah, the dominoes start to fall.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about that. Yeah, that's
no, we can't
no
keep
use
talking
wasting
about this.
time on that.
We can't keep talking about how sad we are about the Jays. Let's talk about the Rangers.
Yep.
They're bad.
It's tough, man. Yeah.
I got a Bleacher Report article here saying it's talking about what each team should do this deadline. Rangers, they're saying, and I agree with this, should be slight sellers.
Yep. Soft retool.
Soft retool.
Well, how about this? I got a question for you then.
Yeah.
Do you think that was just a Cinderella run? Because did anyone expect them to go out there and take the whole thing home? Right?
You're right.
Hit wonder?
You're right. Because I think because a team wins the World Series, we often give them a ton of credit.
Yeah,
right?
immortalized forever. You did it. You won the big one.
Right. Like, for example, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're like, oh, yeah, like they
so
did
close,
it.
right?
They did it. They won 84 games last year.
Exactly.
Like,
and what are they doing
weren't even
this
that
year?
Good of a team. They just had a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And then we come into
crazy.
this year, we're like, oh, hell yeah.
And like literally, sorry, just still on the
Go ahead.
Diamondbacks there, like that entire season,
Yeah.
no one believed that they were going to
Nobody.
they didn't hold on to the top spot in the division there, right?
No, yeah, they were second.
But
they
they
barely squeaked into wild
They held
card.
on to that position for so long, and not
Yeah.
a single person believed that they were actually going to hold on to the division.
No, not a single one.
So now here we are with Texas.
Same thing with Texas. Like Texas last year, granted they got 90 wins. That's super good. But, you know, they had a lot of things going right. You know, they had Well, actually, they did lose DeGrom. Where's DeGrom, by the way? Tommy John, I'm pretty sure. He's not even playing
Just
this year.
dead. I mean, you could have a website for is DeGrom healthy, and it would be no, like
it's just
75% of the time.
Big NO.
Yeah.
But, like, they want to win on a run. They had a lot of guys, like, going right for them.
Well, Seager was incredible.
Seager was phenomenal.
I mean, we talked about Semyon having a down year. Semyon was great as well.
I'm going to look at their 2023. Like, Semyon, you know, he had 29 homers, 100 RBIs,
Garcia.
826 OPS. Nathaniel Lowe came out looking good,
yeah,
looking like an all-star. Garcia,
Yeah.
836. Dude, and Seager.
What about Tavares?
Tavares. Yeah, I mean, he had I think it was batting lower in the order. He had a 266 batting average, 733 OPS. Guys, really good again. Seager 1.0 OPS.
Yeah, incredible.
Evan Carter coming off the bench, 1.0 OPS.
Oh.
Like Sam Huff, 801 OPS. Like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And
what are
then-
those guys doing now?
Oh, let's look.
Let's take a look.
2024.
That might answer our question.
Ooh, Marcus Semien, batting 231 with an OPS of 670. Marcus Semien, brother. But granted, he came alive, I think, at one point in the season last year. But this is like bad. Garcia, 221
Ouch.
batting average,
Ugh.
711 OPS. Seager, Seager's having a
Seager's
good
consistent.
year, but not the MVP year like he had.
No, yeah.
He's got an OPS of 795. Tavares got an OPS of 634. They got a guy, Josh Smith, filling in at third base. He's actually not bad. He's kind of good.
Yeah, so pretty much everyone caught fire there for them and then kind of regressed back to, kind of career norms.
Career norms
well,
and
I
less
mean, no, I shouldn't say
to-
that because like guys like Semyon, their careers have been much better than what they are right now.
Josh Young, their third baseman, who's injured right now. Like, he was fire. He got off to a fiery start in 17
Garcia,
games.
too, has been pretty consistent the last few years. I'm surprised to see that he is, like, way down there.
Who is it? Who you said?
Garcia?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Garcia's way down there. Like, everybody has a mid-7 or 600 OPS other than Josh Smith. Like,
Damn.
that's just not good. Their pitching side of things...
Yeah, that's another thing that I never really know is, like, which bullpen arms stick around, because that's such a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
Again, getting back to our golf, that's like your putter. It's like you always neglect. You don't think about the short game until you get there, and you're like, oh, crap.
That's actually a good way to put it.
And it's
Bullpens
like,
are
I'm never
your putting
thinking
game.
about, like, some of these teams that you don't watch too often, right?
Right.
You're never really thinking about, oh, well, how's their bullpen doing? It's like, that's such a big part of what
it's a huge
closes
part of
their
their team.
games for them.
Well, let's find it.
That can win you so many close games.
Absolutely. Like, their bullpen right now, I'm looking, 26th in baseball. Brother, what's that? 4.52 ERA. Reliever ERA. Their starters ERA, however, let me scroll.
I think
on
the starters
MLB.
are doing okay, aren't they?
I thought they were injured as hell. Okay, clearly they're doing better than their bullpen. They're 12th. They got a 3.89. But I know that I thought they were injured pretty heavily. But I could be wrong. Yeah, no, it's just a disaster. And people say hangover, and I mean, I don't really think there's weight to the hangover. Like, what does that even mean? Like, you go all season, you don't really train, you party, whereas other guys are working hard to get back into
partying,
it.
yeah, but like it could just be more like you extended yourself so much
True.
so far into the playoffs when you're battling through injuries and stuff.
True.
Maybe less so in baseball as in some other more physical sports, but even still, like
Even
it's a
baseball,
long ass season,
you're playing
man.
until like the beginning of November, end
Yeah,
of
like,
October.
you will get tired. You will have nagging injuries that'll
Right.
just get worse and worse the longer you have to play through it.
That's
less
true.
time to rehab.
That's true. If I'm the
Right.
Toronto Blue Jays or any team that's going to miss postseason, well, I've got all of October to rest. November, I'm gonna be cranking into gear.
Yep.
I mean, even in October, I'm doing light training, whereas like guys in the playoffs aren't. Like, I'm gonna be cranking into gear in November, cranking it into December, January. Like, I'm really getting into shape. Where
You got that fire in you.
right?
Yeah.
And if I'm in a postseason run, I'm like, I need even a longer rest.
Yeah. And like
Especially
I'm
if I am
not,
winning.
I don't have that same hunger to me to go out
That's
there and
true.
win because I just did. Like
Why
you
would
accomplished your
Why would I
life's
push
goal.
myself? You
Yeah.
know, unless I'm a guy that's like, I'm my last year. of my
Yeah, again, I'm not
contract.
saying like, obviously that like they're not. Obviously, they're all competitors. They
Of course,
will,
of course. But there's that factor.
Yeah.
You're right. And the reason why I always didn't believe it is because, I think about the greatest teams of all time that like do back to back and like they go and like you're thinking about even in NBA like the Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, 3 times
yeah.
a 3-peat. Like I think about Tom Brady, but those are the goats. you know. And then if you're just a team like that had a Cinderella run, like you're saying about the Rangers, it's like,
Yep.
well, we did it.
You did it.
You spent all the money. Congratulations, we won the World Series.
Yeah, everything fell into place for 1 year.
We're good.
Yeah.
Like when you sign Marcus Semien and Seager, if they won one chip, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah, you've already accomplished everything you set out to do.
So it's like, now what?
Yeah.
Are they? Well, you got to keep winning. You're going to be here. You're going to be aging. Like, how old is Marcus Semien? That's something I want to know.
I'm gonna guess 33.
33.
Let's see.
He is 30. Baseball Reference has like so many different. Like, I'm trying to like
just Google Marcus Semien age.
Yeah, I should have done that. He is 33. He will be turning 34 in 2.5 months.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, you still got that guy for time, and he's signed through 2028. So you like,
damn.
I know.
Yeah.
25 mil per year.
Oh, that's still a lot.
Hopefully he can bounce back.
Yeah.
You gotta hope that he can bounce back.
Yeah, hopefully.
You gotta hope.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta see. That's kind of where I was looking at in terms of like really bad teams. Any good teams that you kind of like standing out to you that like you're like, you know what? Hell yeah.
I mean, Cleveland always finds a way to get themselves in there.
I love Cleveland this year, man.
I used to hate Cleveland so much.
Me too. Why? Wait. Why?
Well, like, not that there was a big rivalry, but there was a little bit of a rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah, with Bauer on it.
And also, I was just like jealous of like the way they developed pitching so like easily.
I know. Their pitching staff sucks this year.
Yeah, for the first time. Last year too, it kind of started to.
Yeah, they not DFA'd. They optioned Tristan McKenzie.
Wow, yeah, and he was such a highly touted guy.
I know, he sucked. He had like a mid-5 ERA. He sucked this year.
I don't know.
But they got to make some trades at deadline. They don't normally make big trades at deadline. But you're 53.
They're not like a massive, payroll team usually.
That's the thing. Like, you got to find the good deals, but you got to do something, man. This is the best Cleveland Guardian team that I personally.
And there's always been homegrown talent for them, right?
Right. Actually, wait. I could be lying. What's 2016? What did they do in 2016? They were 94 and 67. Okay, they had a winning percentage of .584, where this year they got. Okay, this is the best Cleveland Guardian team I've ever seen. They got a winning percentage of .631.
There you go.
They're mashing this year. They're mashing. That's the one thing keeping them alive. Their pitching staff is like not that good, but they have a run differential of +93.
Yeah, incredible.
You got to go and you got to make a trade at the deadline.
Yep.
We'll give you Yusei Kikuchi.
Yeah, come get him, man.
Come get Yusei Kikuchi. You know what? Take Chris Bassett. Pay up a little bit.
Yeah.
Pay up a little. Actually, I don't even know if they can afford Chris Bassett.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they got some pitching prospects that are just quite not ready to make the step.
Yeah.
We can't develop them, but we'll take theirs.
We'll take yours. We'll take yours. But yeah, they got to make a run. I like that.
Astros are coming around.
Astros are coming around.
Big time, yeah.
They are 8-2 in their last 10 games. 44 and 42. They're only 2 games back of the Mariners now.
Yeah, and talk about that run differential too between them and the Mariners.
Good point.
Crazy.
Now, you brought this up pre-show.
Yeah.
Run differential for the Mariners is 1 +1.
Yep, literally, you're good. You're above. You're not bad.
Kind of getting lucky. Their expected win-loss, as you'd expect with a +1 run differential, is 500, 44 and 44. Whereas the Astros are +41.
Yeah.
Their expected
Crazy.
win-loss is 47 and 39.
There you go.
That's a playoff team.
Yep.
Houston's coming back, and actually, this is a great transition.
Experience on their side.
Yeah, dude, they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And guys like Altuve and Alvarez being there, winning a chip already.
Yep.
They know what they're doing. Bregman. This is a good transition, actually, guys. It's time to shout out a sponsor of the live. I almost said the live play-by-play. That's what I do on my Blue Jays Today show. The sponsor of Bad for Baseball, Greta Bar, Toronto, Edmonton, Vancouver, wherever you are. Greta Bar's there. It's a arcade bar, well over 50 arcade games, especially in Toronto. They got some dope games, like big Twister games, Connect 4 basketball. You didn't miss it out on it. It was so sick.
But I saw on the stream it looked sick.
It looked sick, guys. It was sick. They got lots of fun games there. Big Pac-Man, too. It's dope in Toronto.
Pac-Man.
Big Pac-Man. And also, too, if you're like, I'm not so much this as I'm getting older, but if you like going to clubs and shit, but you also love playing some vintage, like, arcade games, it's perfect because you literally go, it turns to a club at night. You could dance on the dance floor, muck a burger, and then go play like big Pac-Man. It's so maybe like some Mario Kart too. Like, it's sick. We were there
couple
last
of strikeouts, and you're back on the Mario Kart. You don't even care.
Literally, dude. Literally, yeah. If you're a single person,
You suck at Mario Kart. Well, get on the dance floor.
Yeah, literally. Or you're dancing with a girl, like, hey, you want to play some Mario Kart? Like, think about how that wheelie, like, it's so sick. It's honestly great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Greta. They're sponsoring this next segment where I like to give out awards. This award is called the Big Balls and Big Brains Award. I gave out a Big Balls Award like 2 weeks ago, or no, 4 weeks ago, I believe it is. And I'm adding on the big brain part. Because when you look at this guy on the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez, you think, wow, that guy's got to have some massive balls. You know? you got to think he's got massive balls, man. Like, let's be real. You don't look at that guy and think, tiny balls.
Why,
Massive.
Adam? Why?
Well, what do you think? This guy's like,
Because?
He's got massive balls. He's huge, guys. He's huge.
I was waiting for you to say,
why?
because his plate approach, he's fearless.
Okay, that's the big brain. Because you look at him, he's like huge, big balls, mashes. In the last 7 days, he has a slugging over 1,000. Okay, and in the last 7 days, he has the highest OPS in baseball at 1.698, 3 homers, 8 RBIs.
1.698. Jeez.
But he's got a big brain. Who would have thought? I mean, maybe that's like being like stereotypical, like, oh, big meat doesn't have a big
a few
brain.
different outs to like make this tie together, so finish it off.
But he's got a big brain because I was watching, again, Blue Jay fan, watching him like destroy my Blue Jays, and literally so smart. He knew a curveball's coming. He wasn't getting the heater anymore. Like, okay, screw this guy. He's been mashing the heater. Let's throw him breaking balls outside corner. This guy knew it was coming. He was leaning over the heart of the plate and was like, you know what? I know a curveball or a breaking ball is coming in the outside corner. I'm just going to lean, pull it into right field, and hit bombs.
Why not?
And it's unreal, man. This guy is phenomenal. He's one of the best in baseball. Like I said, best in the last 7 days.
Yep. You got the size to reach the whole part of the plate.
Yeah. And he's 9th in OPS this year. He I think in the last amongst active leaders, I believe he's 3rd. I believe it goes Judge in OPS, I'm talking.
Yep.
Judge, Trout, and then it's him, I believe. Active OPS leaders
Career?
in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Nice.
That's my Big Balls, Big Brain award.
Woo! Go Yordan.
Go Yordan.
Yeah, I know one guy who would love to hear that. Shout out our boy Dan, the biggest Yordan Alvarez fan ever.
Because so our buddy Dan drafted this guy, not drafted him, he picked him up off waivers in 2019.
Like his rookie year. And he's
his
had
rookie
him
year.
all the way through.
And he's, of course, elite.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, what did he do in his
That was like his
rookie
first true love.
year? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Rookie year, what did he do? Is he even qualified? I don't think he's qualified, but he was dominant.
He hasn't stopped being dominant since he got called up. Yeah.
Let me look up his baseball.
And like they tried him in the outfield too. Like he was.
He's just DHing now. Yeah. Rookie year, he had a batting average. He won Rookie of the Year, of course.
There you go.
Batting average of .313 and an OPS of 1.067. 27 homers in 87 games.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Craziness.
Stupid. This year's got 19 so far. I want him to, like, I don't know. I'm a big Yordan fan. I've seen him in person when Houston's come to Toronto, and it's just crazy massive.
Yeah, I would love to see that guy in the Derby.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a guy. Yeah. Speaking of the Derby, yes, you brought that up. I believe.
Yeah.
That'd be phenomenal. What else, guys? Oh yeah, guys, we have some trade news. We're almost about done this episode, but we wanted to wrap this up a little bit with trades. It's July. This is my favorite month of the baseball season.
Dominoes start to fall.
The dominoes start to fall. Other than November, when the free agency is starting to really kick into gear.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the baseball season. You have a trade. We were talking about pitching, trading for pitching. Aaron Savale going over to the Brewers from the Tampa Bay Rays. They get a pretty minor prospect in return, but Savale going to the Brewers. Brewers rotation has been kind of meh this year.
Very hurt.
They're hurt. Like they're without. They traded away Corbin Burns. That was the first domino. DL Hall, who they got in return for Mr. Burns, is on the 60-day IL.
For Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. Oh yeah, Mr. Burns. Or what? Oh, what's that guy's name? Simpsons.
Yeah, Mr. Burns.
No, his assistant.
Oh, Smithers?
Yeah, Smithers. Mr. Burns. Anyways, Brendan Woodruff obviously was not going to pitch this year. Wade Miley, 60-day IL. Robert Gasser, 60-day IL. They have Joe Ross, 60-day IL. They have 5 guys on the 60-day IL.
Yep,
Bad.
that's tough. Get some reinforcements.
Bad, right? Like, So the rotation has a 4.12 ERA this year, and they traded for a guy with a 5. I believe it was like 5.12. I lost my page here.
Deceiving because he like started out hot and so he's been like bad since then.
And he was on the Rays too.
Yeah.
You'd think that him being on the Rays, they would figure something out, and they didn't.
No, they did not. Well, where did he start too? Talk about teams that develop pitching. He started with Cleveland, didn't he?
That's right, dude. He's bouncing around all the great pitching teams. Cleveland,
like, we can fix him.
Yeah, then the Rays, and then he goes over to the Brewers. Another supposed to be great pitching team. Not so great this year. Just depth piece.
Well, I mean, he'll pitch innings.
He'll pitch innings. And speaking of the Tampa Bay Rays, they're actually kind of sneakily coming back into the mix. They're 43-43, 4 games out of a wild card, so a little bit back, but
always within reach, man.
Yeah. But they traded away Savali. Obviously, it wasn't helping the team. They got something from him. I think it's a great trade for the Rays. Like, fuck it, just dump this guy. Like, if you have other guys like the Rays do, just
like that doesn't stop you from going in or out.
Yeah, they could still be in it, but that's the first trade. Not super exciting, honestly. But there could be some more. We talked about this, I believe it was last week. Houston being in on Guerrero potentially. Houston Astros writer throws water. This is a headline from Fan Nation. Throws water on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. trade rumor.
As they should.
As you should. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I mean, the Jays wouldn't do that.
No, just from like Rogers, the owners, they would not trade away Guerrero.
Yeah, that's your moneymaker.
They need to sell tickets over the next couple of years. They poured so much money into that stadium. They got to sell tickets.
Literally. It comes down to that. And, like, would he be a great fit? Of course. Abreu sucks. He's not even on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that signing was horrible.
Yeah.
So...
It really was terrible, like, right from the get-go.
I thought it was a great signing at first. I was like, hell yeah, that makes... that's
that shortened season, man. It tricked everyone.
And now he's gone and looking for a new first baseman. But it ain't going to be Guerrero, apparently. But, guys, that's the Bad for Baseball podcast today. Lot of all-star stuff, a lot of teams doing things, not doing things. Next week, guys, Nick will be back. So, first of all, thank you, Patrick, for filling in. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You can come back anytime. We're going to probably expand the show eventually when we get a little bit more viewership.
Cool.
Do some other segments and other kind of fun things, So, there could be some more platforms out there. But for the next one, guys, I would love to get into the trade stuff. I feel like we're getting so close. All-star stuff we had to talk about, but trades. Oh, my God. I go Huck Tua over trades, man. I love that conversation. Yeah. So guys, if you haven't already, if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bad for Baseball, stay up to date every Thursday, coming out around noon with these podcasts. And if you're on Google Podcasts, if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure to give us a listen every Thursday, guys. Any final words, Patrick?
Nope. I think we both covered it.
We covered the baseball,
Remember,
guys.
Bad, not evil.
Remember, be bad. Just be bad. Be shit. Garbage. Don't be evil. Just be garbage. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next Thursday.